Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? You guys ready for some excitement? Because I'm not. I'm looking forward to a nice, relaxing stream of StarCraft. We can get out there, just have some chatting, and enjoy some Direct Strike, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Wednesday live stream. So today we are going to be playing some StarCraft. Thank you one and all for stopping by so early. And make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button so we can get this stream going real well.
Warning,
as we're
nuclear
getting
launch
nuked.
detected.
Awesome Toyota coming in with that preemptive strike. Super excited about Direct Strike Day. Yeah. Can we get some love and chat from Mr. Awesome, who's kicking us off with a little bit of radiation. Beautiful. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's switch on over to the StarCraft cam. And yes, for those who asked about my tea, I actually forgot about my tea up until I pressed the go live button. So that entire duration of the intro music, I was very fiercely heating up some water. And I now have a pot next to me with tea bags in it that is steeping, and I'm totally I do ask that you guys remind me that I have literally a pot of tea next to me steeping right now, because I'm absolutely going to forget it's there and it's going to get oversteeped, which happens most of the time whenever I forget to do my tea before starting the stream, and it's an experience. Like, don't get me wrong, I like things strong. I'm that kind of guy. But if I leave it steeping for an entire Direct Strike match, it just tastes not as enjoyable. Set the clock, we are the clock. Oh boy. You oversteeped your tea and it's super bitter? Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on which teas it is. Each flavor of tea has different flavors when oversteeped. Do I always play Commander? Yeah, I prefer Commanders to vanilla. Bitter tea is the most energizing tea? Sometimes. I mean, energy is usually based entirely on how much caffeine is in it. Unless you're talking like, oh, this tastes so strange that it's going to shock my taste buds into being awake. Herbals can pretty much be steeped as long as you want. Yeah, I mean, you say that, but then they just kind of taste bad at some point. Green tea is good. Do I like green tea? Yes, I do like green tea. Isn't all tea herbal tea? No. But I got the joke. Welcome, Mr. Big Happy Turtle. Glad you're excited. Make sure to hit that like button, and we can get even more excitement. Hello there.
Warning, nuclear launch detected.
Mr. Macho's small face. Coming in with the nuclear launch. Hello. How are you doing?
First ever super chat. Get out and vote. #Minsk 2020.
That's a good one. Who gets a love for Mr. Macho? Coming in with the super chat. The nuclear launch, tying for that top spot. Tea is just leaf water. That's what my girl calls it every time. She's like, oh god, ew, why do you like the leaf water? It just tastes like leaf in water. I'm like, you dare. Hello, Mr. Bam Time. Welcome to the chat. Yes, I am versed the Mexic. Alright, well, I am versed to everyone now. Horizon, what happened? The answer is yes. Yes, he did make High Templar versus Tychus. And then he left. And there it is.
Warning. Nuclear launch detected.
Mr. Moef. Did someone say nuke? Looks like Mr. Moef is coming in with the nuclear
Did somebody
launch.
say nuke?
Hello there. Let's see if we can actually manage this. Do I like blueberry tea? I like most teas. I'm more of a herbal tea kind of guy, mostly because I can't do caffeine, which is an unfortunate experience for me. Well, okay. Oh, right, we now have a Nova versus... Okay, well, this is going to be... That explains why. Yeah. So this is going to be very one-sided. I can just get kind of wrecked here. And there's not going to be much I can do about it. But we can just play it out. I have basically no defenses. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Mr. Crag. This is just going to be inevitable demise. How is my day going? I have a pot of tea next to me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Also, just got a call about doing some maintenance on an exchange server, which is always fun. You love the music? Well, make sure to check out the artists. All the information is in the bottom right corner down here. Make sure to check them out and give them some support. As the artists of the music, they are the true winners, or rather, the true MVPs in music. I might even micro in these stalkers. Just not in the mood for it, I suppose. What happened to the teammates? They abandoned. One of them built High Templar and against Tychus and then left the game. And then he actually just showed up in chat and said that he is having issues with his keyboard and mouse So that would explain why he left. And then the barcode player pointed out that our teammate built High Templar versus Tychus, and then he left. So now I'm all alone. Money. Oh, okay. He manually targeted all those down, which is widely known as a jerk move. Oh dear. Just YouTube open the stream snipe. Nah. This is direct strike. Stream sniping is meaningless. Is it still worth to do a Mothership Rush with Alarak? It was never worth to do a Mothership Rush with Alarak, and that maintains the current... I have 2 Alaraks on the field right now. That's strange to see. At least Crag is having fun with all the Banshee micro. You know, I know Stalkers are strong. Like, Stalker stacking is always strong. Like, especially out of Vorazun. Like, if you guys think it's strong here as Alarak, it is so much stronger on Vorazun. But I forget how strong it actually is. Like, if we were Vorazun right now, this game would probably be over. Which is just funny to me. And don't lose track, please. No, Subsea pretty much heal all the way. I mean, to be fair, you can't overheal Alarak, so it doesn't help that much. Healing a maximum of 200 HP, or I guess closer to 150. Oh, Alarak push. This upgrade? I have no need to spend 150 minerals on that one. I don't see how that would help me do anything. The mini-map when it's all formation? Yes. Isn't it satisfying? No scans needed today. He has so many rattlesnake. Wipe out all those units. I really should have micromanaged that a bit. Like, at all. Would have been good. And snipe. Oh, got it. Beautiful. Just a little micro at the end was enough. Victory is ours. Or should I say mine, because I was the only player. Only player on the team. T! Oh my gosh, I didn't unsteep it half. Thank you. You see, this is what happens. I get caught up in the game. I forget to unsteep my tea halfway through, and now I have tea that's been steeping for 10 minutes. Which isn't the worst. But it's still tea that's been steeping for 10 minutes. Thank you, chat. It's actually not. That's actually perfect. Ah, sweet Jesus, that tastes good. I can feel the satisfaction. It's a bit of honey to help the oversteep tea. I actually have like a full pot there, so I think it needed the extra couple minutes just to fully steep because it's a large. It's not like a glass of water, and it is a honey tea. So I didn't add honey in it. It's honey flavored. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but it tastes like honey. Doesn't feel like honey, but it does feel good going down. Zagara! So that's a Vorzoon. Sweet. Let us go. You prefer Brood War over StarCraft II? Many people do. Brood War is still going strong. Oh dear. You can't play Direct Strike. The game crashes every time you try. That sounds like there's something wrong with your game. Very wrong with your game. And away we go. Okay. Do this. And then a laser does laser things. Of course, Crag is on Abathur having fun with his bio micro. No, use arrow keys to move. What? I don't know what I expected. This is a fine outcome anyways. I only needed that for detection. And now our laser drill does laser drill things. That Vile Roach is going to walk over Mr. Bob's Dragoons every time. By virtue of being way too thick. What is that laser? It is a laser. It's a laser. It's got infinite range, so it just does chip damage to everything that it finds that it has line of sight. So, it's quite good. It's not like super strong or game breaking or anything. It's just kind of there. It's more annoying to the enemy team than anything else. There are the immortals. And there goes the wave. Bob! That's funny. Well, Mr. Con Artiste, now you know. You know, seeing a large StarCraft community for StarCraft round. StarCraft is still, like, what is it, the number 2 esport? Is it, I think? Like, the StarCraft community is huge. It's like second only to like League of Legends. These are incorrectly placed. Notice how they're not being destroyed before the bunker is getting damaged. You can tell by looking at this and see how that these are vertically aligned, so they take equal aggro because they're equidistant to the enemy line, whereas these are ever so slightly ahead of the middle line. Oh. Tal'Darim coming in with the clutch. This is going to be an issue. For now. What is the counter to Vorazun Stalkers? Punching them harder. Rabas aren't armored in normal either. I was gonna say, like, there's nothing armored about Rabasaurs. Or Ravagers. Oh, that's right, the heroic. They're immune to stuns. Oh, that's annoying. Well. The thing about Stalkers is that Stalkers are bad units. They're just understated. So anything that just has better stats than them will beat them. You just kind of have to have more units than the Stalkers. Stalkers specialize in not dying. Which is kind of difficult to deal with sometimes. So many roach. Why? I forgot to disable that. Well, rip those. Okay. Wraith force enemy detection? The detection is... Vorazun wins the detection battle. Like, so, I could go a couple Wraiths, but that just forces Sky Vorazun, which... Sure? Swan eventually wins the ground battle. The Darkons are going to cause problems, however. Okay, I just need to do this for the damage. Yeah. Roaches are too strong. Do Reaver Splash win versus the Ravagers or no? Let's see. You versus... You need Storm. AKA Archons. Where are your Archons? Like the one thing Artanis does. The one thing Protoss does. Storm. You need it. I mean, at this point, that's kind of a lot of Ravagers. Like, that's not... There's no solution. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. Like, I was banking on the Thors doing more, but Thors don't do all that. What I have does beat my opponent here. The problem is that what I have doesn't beat the Zagara, which is an issue. He's thinking Zealots. Oof. Yeah, that's an ouch. Like, there's two ways of going about this. You can just do Swan Thors, which beats everything on the ground, period, at least out of Warzone. Or I can go Wraith Science Vessel, which beats the early air, not the... Oh, that's over. Not the late air. Yeah. So you saw at the end I pulled away there, but yeah, it didn't matter. Everyone else was too far behind. Where is... Ooh, let us go. Can you play BeamNG? I'm aware of it. It's a good tech demo. Is Cigar good now? Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, this needs to stop. Thank you. Thank you. It's 45 charges to move. Yuck. So I'm versus the Dahaka monster. Don't mind if I do. I still can't move this back. Yep, that's gonna be one-sided. Okay. You open detection. Okay. I want to try something, which I haven't tried before with this, and I'm not sure it's a good idea, but we'll see. Have I seen the new AMD Radeon conference? I heard about it. I didn't watch it myself. There's so much. Weak. And he's got plenty of detection. Yeah, okay. Alright. This is where things get rough. So what I want to do is this. Mega spread. And then get this guy. Vultures and firebats. I might want to get a couple, but I don't think I'm gonna want many. Yeah. Actually getting wrecked by the worms, which is how the Marauder Commando actually doing ridiculous damage. Force a scan out of his ally, which is good. Good for me. Let's get this here. That's fine. Let's get this going. This should be a win for us, yeah? Like those Ravasors are just gonna get wrecked. Yep. Marines have very good DPS. Why your ability range is longer than your attack range? Let's get you guys into here. Is it time for this? One more. Then time for this. That's so many marauders. Oh, he's getting blazes. Oh, that hurts. I don't know what this player is spending his money on. Because it's not units which deal with... My god, the Muta literally can't kill the Marine. That's funny. Banshees are a good unit sometimes. Alright, so these guys have a total of 9 range. They can just kind of sit out here and blow away the defenses. He needs actual anti-air, which he has in the form of a level 3 Nova. Oh no, he got a Sirius. Well, that's GG. That's, yikes. What's happening here is we're about to see Liberators. And, Sirius cannot attack Liberators by virtue of not having the weapons to do so. Which is really unfortunate for him. Oh, there's the Impaler. I was wondering what is going on with that. Get some more anti-ground here. Clearly I'm going to need it. Alright, one scan to clear up the leaked Impaler, and then I'll save the second scan to clean up the next. Which means I won't have any detection for... I guess that's not a big deal, is it? Okay. Can take out this Kerrigan. He's getting mutas now. Which is a decision. Once our Kerrigan gets to level 3, then the... the Hydras just blow him up anyways. That works. Just say, once the immobilization wave comes out. That serious attack was ground and air. It is! Unfortunately, it doesn't have the range to reach Liberators, so it will never attack Liberator. It's a good logic error there. The missiles are anti-air too. They are, but they have the same range as the attack, and Sirius will never willingly walk into range, so kinda defeats the benefit of having an anti-air attack against anything that has longer range than Sirius, which is most things. Including Liberators. Oh, so much damage on the mutas. They just get basically one shot. Yep, they just melt. Yeah, the Sirius anti-air missiles really only work versus Wraiths and Oracles. And mutas. Actually, that's it. Everything else is longer range. I think everything else is longer range. I'm pretty certain everything else is longer range, and therefore never gets within range of the Sirius missiles, which is really rather unfortunate for Sirius. Those liberators are doing terrible, terrible things to me. Try some battle cruisers. Kerrigan can't do much against them. Fortunately, I'm not facing Kerrigan, so I don't particularly need to worry about Kerrigan. Yeah, that was inevitable. This is where things get rough. Let's get some tankiness here. I like how he's manually forbidding the raid liberators from converting into anti-ground mode. But I don't think I can... I'm having to clean up an entire Nova wave before pushing into Dahaka, and that's not something I can do. I do not have the units for it. Why not go for the explosive turrets? Because the explosive turrets deal about 1/8 of the Marauder's HP. And Sirius gets one of them. And it's not a particularly large radius. So you would need somewhere around maybe a 4-to-1 ratio of Sirius to Marauders in order to do actual damage. Sorry, it's 1/7 of their HP. Assuming point-blank detonation, which is not a good assumption. Yeah, I cannot handle an entire Nova and Dahaka at the same time. There's not enough of anything. Why no Vikings? Vikings are... I mean, I can. They're not going to solve the problems that I'm having. Mostly the problem I'm having is clearing up these Marauders. And also the Raid Liberators. Like, the Raid Liberators, yes, sure, it'll help versus them. But it's gonna take me a lot of Vikings. And it doesn't help versus the Marauders. Like, the Marauders are doing a significant chunk of the work here. Look how much they're holding onto this. And then I have to deal with the Primal Mutas, which Vikings actually don't win against until you get, like, 50 of them. So I'm attempting to use a somewhat different solution. Something a bit more tailored to what I'm facing here. You're thinking battle cruisers? That's what I'm thinking. Is it not good to use mules? The mules are great. They're awesome. I'm saving them for something important. I could feel when he got the +3 armor. Like, it helps them a lot. Medic, no! God, the mutas, anything just on top of these Hydralisks just absolutely melts. That's so many ultras. Like, we need this Tychus to be building Nuxes. We will not survive if the Tychus does not have Nuxes right now. Like, at this point, he needs at least 2 of them. Which is not going to happen, so this game is over. GG. You have to deal with the air leaks, so you need Vikings. I mean, yes. It's not wrong. Doesn't mean it wouldn't also cost me the game. It's a catch-22. Like, you can't carry everything. If I have to clean up all of the air leaks from Kerrigan and all of the air leaks from Nova and all the ground leaks from Nova and all of the ground leaks from Kerrigan, like, you can't. At some point, it's not about the air leaks or the ground leaks. It's leaks in general. That game was going to go very poorly the moment our Tychus opened Blaze versus the Marauders. And then proceeded to get a serious versus Marauders. What about email leaks? Hopefully we don't have any of those anytime soon. It's gonna go poorly with Tychus versus Nova. I mean, that's fair. Unless you have a really good Tychus, that is generally going to go poorly. What were the mules being safe for last game? Tier 3 units, specifically Hyperion and the Battlecruiser. I was almost Tier 3, and if I had gotten to Tier 3, we would have seen bigger and better units on the field very quickly. Because remember that the Hyperion alone costs 2,250 minerals. So that's what the mules are for. Probably the Tychus wants to use the turrets to eat the charges of the Marauders. That's like saying you want to use a Zergling to eat the Banelings when the solution is roaches. Okay, so we got info on Brown being Mansk, which helps him somewhat. Is there a bonus for mid control? Yes. Yes, there is very much so a bonus for mid control. It's equal to 6 gases. 6 of these guys, which is quite strong. Do you have any tips for newer players in this game mode? Yes. there's several spreadsheets and such that can help you learn or at least memorize the build compositions. Ooh. How do I want to handle this? I'm going to let him win this wave in particular. There are spreadsheets linked in the in the StarCraft channel on our Discord. Graciously put together by many of the community members. Those will help immensely. Learn build order or builds unit compositions, I think is the way to put it, describe it. A couple minor tips. Middle income is worth 6 gases, so always get middle income as the highest priority. It will help the most, period, bar none. Middle income also buff Meg's XP. Yes, that is true. Isn't middle 1 mineral per second or 2 gases? It is 2 gases per player, making it 6 across the team. I will, by the time he gets up there, yeah. Where is the impaler? Why did it move all the way up there? Okay, I'm confused. Alright, 1 scan is available for me. And I don't think I'm getting this, am I? Nope. Okay, so let's grab this guy. Slide you back. The siege tanks! They are a beautiful thing. Nope. Thank you. And now just kind of win the wave. Isn't that great? How do I counter Outback Mothership with Warzone? Void Rays and Stalkers. The thing about the Alarak Mothership is that it is extremely expensive and cost inefficient in terms of HP and general value. If you're dying to the Mothership, it's because the player has decided to meme on you rather than actually defeat you using good units. Is the good way to put it. Remember that the Mothership costs 1,300 minerals. It's quite expensive. How do you counter X as Warzone stalkers? To some degree. Stalkers don't really counter anything so much as it's hard for most opponents to deal with. Good Dahaka is good. Alright. So this helps us here. When it comes to Vorazud, most of the time stalkers aren't the ideal answer. They're just okay. Most of the time it's going to be something like Oracle Micro. I'm always confused as to who's winning. Incursus is the one that's winning. Let's actually... What are the damages here? Oof. Okay, I think this is going to be the stronger option. Which troop works best for most situations? I don't have an answer for that one. Probably Dahaka's Impalers. I think they're used barring hero units. I think Dahaka's Impalers are used in the most matchups as Dahaka. If we're looking for a most average case. There are primal mutas leaking. This is fine. We can deal with that pretty well. I am prepared for the shenanigans. However, that's 3 siege tanks, 3 shock divisions, actually, all rank 3. I'm not prepared for that. Or am I? Nope. Not prepared. Almost prepared. Not prepared. Now there are mutas all over everything. Ooh, that's bad. Oh, that's good. They're flying off. I get this. I do want to devour. Okay, good. Where'd my impaler go? That's not good. I need more impaler. Muta AI is always so frustrating. It has its ups and downs. The AI is frustrating until you learn how it works, and then it's just annoying sometimes in specific cases. How is T? T is amazing. Oh, he almost got it. Okay, and yeah. These mutas are living. This is illegal. That's a lot of mutas leaking. Are we gonna lose the bunker here? Oh, we're definitely losing the bunker here. Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. Well, I cleaned up the last wave's mutas. This wave's muta is not good, and we have no anti- Oh, we have no anti-air in this wave. Uh-oh. Okay, please. What happened? How did it get 0 kills? With its massive splash damage Mega Yamato. What happened? Okay. I don't understand. Oh, it didn't use it. That's what happened. It got cancelled after firing. That makes more sense. Oh wait, no, that's a second Hyperion. Never mind, I'm wrong. God, it's so rough. I mean, the +2 attack on muta isn't all that great because these mutas don't have bouncing glaive so much as they just hit really hard with one attack. So it's not that big a deal on Dahaka mutas, but it is good to have the +2 damage buff. Like, not complaining about it, that's for sure. Are Hyperions just units you can make? It's just a unit you can make. You're limited to only one of them, but it is a unit you can make. Do we died here? I think so, boys. Yep, GG. We were winning the muta battle, but then the tanks came and ended us. We did so much damage! Oh my gosh! Hello there, Mr. Spy. Glad you enjoy. Alright, you have a good one, Macro. You didn't know you lost the moment you upgraded 2-2? The upgrades I lost long before that happened. Because I got the attack upgrades. I got the upgrades before I got the... There's two comments there. One, I got the upgrades after we started losing. I got them as an attempt to try to compensate for the extra leaks. Because remember that your teammate before you was leaking most of a line of Dahaka Mutas? Because, well, he built Mutas and my teammate didn't notice, so the Mutas washed over, killed everything while the Rainer had no anti-air, and then slammed into my wave. So that ended up hitting my wave pretty hard by virtue of having an extra, what is that, 8 Mutalisks? Like, having an extra 8 Mutalisks in the wave is far more powerful than any amount of upgrades that I could or could not have done. The second thing is that the attack upgrades actually scale better than the armor upgrades. The attack upgrades counts for 2 or 3 times each armor upgrade for Dahaka Mutas. I think it's 3 times? Which makes them far better than the armor upgrades. Like, if you have to choose between armor and weapons, the weapons are by far the better answer. No air defense became lost again. Yes. Why didn't I put Mutas in the corner? There's no need to. Or there was Muta versus Muta. All I knew is favorable for you because you get to build 2 more Mutas? Yes, but also those attack upgrades count for 4 armor upgrades. Is it 4 or 8 armor upgrades? One of the 2. But more importantly, the reason I was getting the upgrades was an attempt to change things. Is I couldn't deal with 2 waves of Dahaka Mutas. Remember, Raggy, I wasn't facing just you, I was facing you and your teammate who was also going to Dahaka Mutas. Zergling OP. Hey, Zerglings are okay units sometimes. His mutas didn't survive 2 render waves until I started winning. No, you started winning when his mutas survived. His mutas were right before yours. It wasn't 2 render waves, it was 1 render wave. And the Rainer wave didn't have any anti-air even until the end. Like, the Hyperion was the first anti-air that came out right at the end. Not only were they surviving, they were wiping out most of my wave, or a significant chunk of it. the vile roaches. You only get +1 per... No, you get... it's either +2 or +3. Okay, I'm gonna have to do science on that one. I will show, because I am saying things, and I would prefer to show rather than say. Okay, so this is going to have to happen here. Am I getting? I'm not getting another one, so I'll do this. It's actually 10% or +1. So the base meter attack does 28. So it does... It's either +2 or +3, and I don't remember which one it is per attack. The attack scales way faster than the armor does in this case. I see that, and I'm pretty certain that's incorrect. Raggy. Like, I could have sworn... I'm gonna load it up and look again. Like, I'm almost entirely certain. Like, I see it, and I'm doubting myself. Or the Muse lost 3 armor. Yes, the level 3 roar is so good. Like, you have to rush that out. The 3 armor is amazing. The -3 armor is amazing. Tanks are good units? Yes. Yes, they are good units. Siege tank, siege tank. Are we good here? Yes, we are very good here on this wave. Excellent. So we do have their purple going for tanks. Our purple is going for longer range tanks, and we just have more siege tanks than they do. Like, they're not breaking our stack. As long as I have enough Aegis Guard to hold the front line. The anti-air, however, might be a concern. Sky Fury's got a lot of work cut out for it. In fact, let's do this. So that's a lot of work. Is that 3 biomass queens? Well, I guess it makes our life easier. Aren't I worried about splash? Against what units do they have that are dealing splash? That's a lot of banshees and not a lot of answers to banshees. Right, we are cleaning up the banshees now. Wow, that's a double damage increase. Good God, that's actually a double damage increase. From level 1 to level 2. It's ridiculous. Okay. Alright, so we should start pushing out again here, yeah? Probably. I do want some more units out the fronts. Let's get... Don't have to worry about anti-air. Yeah, let's do a little bit more anti-air. Oof. The Spec Ops Ghost. Slaughtering. Then we dump these guys in. How's the stream going? It's going very well. I want this guy to increase his level. So he's got 3 level 0s, and I've got a rank 3 Sky Fury. Good damage is happening. Black Hammer versus the Mutas. He was firing that whole time. Wasn't really getting that many kills, but it just means it's doing damage. And come on, take the Banshees out. And then we'll have a relatively clean wave. Sweet. Okay, so that's a nice cleanish wave. The siege tank support. Speaking of siege tank support, let's get some more siege tank support. You seeing a lot of flying? Yes. I think we're on top of those banshees now, so they shouldn't be causing us serious issues. Did those biles just wipe out? No, he's still alive. He's just having health issues. I'm gonna say my Black Hammer just ate a mess of biles. You've never seen tanks and medevacs? They're not all that great. Like, they're okay, and when the medevac is destroyed, the tank falls down to the ground, so you don't lose the tank. But I would rather just have the DPS of the tank on the ground. If I need that kind of splash anti-air, the Black Hammer is a far better solution. Okay. Apparently I have one of these here. Where's my medevac button? That's my medevac button. I was so confused. And then another siege tank. Oh, look what it is. It's the Pride of Augustgrad. Siege tank. Siege tank. Thank you. Stealth medevacs, yeah. God, these siege tanks are so good. Why are they allowed? Like, I have options. Any unit I get here is just gonna be good. Like, every unit I get here. It's just a matter of what's gonna do the most damage. And I don't know the answer to that question. I think the answer is siege tanks. Would it be worth me getting the Irradiate? No. No, it wouldn't. I do want another Sky Figure, though. I'm losing my detection and everything else in the air to Vikings. Black Hammer. Let's get another Black Hammer first, so I get the damage output. And then I'll get the Viking to keep things in the air. There's the real trick with the anti-air for Magsk. 3? Oh, that's a lot more than 3. It's way more than 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ghosts. I say, like, versus Abathur, you don't need that many ghosts. But I mean, you can get away with it. They're fun. This is over. Good damage is good. Tea time. What about the last defense building? Expensive and generally not worth, but good if you have an opportunity. The last defensive building is especially good versus siege units. Like if you have something like creeper hosts you have to worry about, or even those swarm hosts that were starting to stack up, they're really good versus that. Let's go. Welcome back, Dragon Earth. Last is basically a siege tank. Yeah, siege tank with longer range. Honestly, whether or not I get the artillery is whether the opponent has something that's super stacky, like clump siege tanks or swarm hosts. Like if I see creeper hosts on the field, 9 out of 10 times I'm getting the what is it called? The artillery. And I got the tank. Beautiful. Don't know how it happened, but you had a match this morning where an ally and opponent had a Tiger's Mirror, and the one that went all Sam's lost. A lot of times people will see that they'll read the spreadsheet and say, oh, Sam's is the answer. And they'll look at Sam's and get all the, like every single one of the upgrades for him. And then they're surprised when they lose. Like, for the Sams in the Tiger's Mirror, it's very explicitly Sam's with just the, what is it called? Just the... the stun. I forget the name of it. It's the 100. It's the 100 mineral stun, and that's it. Nothing else. Like literally nothing else. Or they autocast onto leaks. That too. If they let autocast exist, then leaks happen and the game ends. what you can tell you got the stun and the damage, that will cost him the game. You cannot get the stun and the damage. It is explicitly just the stun. Getting the damage will cost you. Getting to Blaze Armor counters Sam. It doesn't counter Sam. Getting to Blaze Armor negates the debt charge, but Sam still beats Blaze, which serves as a problem for those who still try to go Blaze. Remember that Sam hits for 30 times 2? And the Blaze Armor reduces all damage to 30. So the Sam does not have any damage of his attack reduced by the armor. So while the Sam just costs 650, the Blaze has to spend a full 1000 for a unit that still loses to Sam. Makes it not an ideal situation. Like, eventually Mass Blaze, I believe, if I recall correctly, en masse does start to beat Sam's, but we're talking multiple rows here. Is someone not spawning? What's going on here? You have 3 units. How do you have 3 units at the 5-minute mark? They're not even upgraded. Like, I'm concerned about getting my gas here. Because I need every ounce of unit. I think he rushed tier 3 for the drill. Oh my god, he did. Well, this is why we get stuck on 1 gas for the whole game. It's okay. Yeah, he went tier 3 triple gas. If it wasn't for me being Kerrigan hard countering their Carracks, this game would have been over. Not in our favor. Got 2/2 mutas. Hello. Keep up with the mute account. Reason you win for that is probably because you hard countered. You're giving a lot of credit. Mutas just beat everything. Versus Carracks, yes, absolutely. Like, it's not close. It is satisfying to watch the Mirages pop, though. Hello, tanks. How are you? I mean, in fairness, their purple is still not building anything to attack the science vessels. Like, their purple could have just built adepts and beaten the science vessels. So this is definitely a failure on many accounts. Many accounts. Not just one or two. Like, their Carracks went open Sentinels and then built Immortals versus Mass Muta. Their purple is building Zealots versus Science Vessels. Like, come on, guys. Hey, it's an anti-air unit. Specifically the hero unit, which you should have gotten long ago. I'm just gonna keep building mutas because no one's gonna stop me. And here come the Thors. Oh, this is over. Swan on Thors. We're gonna get to see the anti-air. He's actually disabled the anti-air attack, which is good for him. Mutas do damage.